Hello, everyone, and welcome to this really strange reading. So I am doing a voice over right now to explain before we get started of what is going on here. So this is actually two readings that I am editing together because I had recorded them on the same night. However, these two readings, the energy of them is connected. It's basically like doing a reading for somebody and then getting the energy from the person that they're dealing with, their point of view. So I was going to just do a link in the description box to where you could find the other energy and kind of link them together. But they're recorded on the same night and I'm editing them anyways, so I figured I'm going to go ahead and just edit them together to make one video. So it will begin with one of the person's readings, and then it will carry on into another reading for the other side of the energy. So let's go ahead and begin. Hello and welcome. So this is going to be a reading for the soul. So basically messages for your soul, what you need to hear right now kind of message. So these will be somebody's messages. If you're drawn here, then there is a message in here for you. I like to do readings for personal growth and prosperity. If it tends to be a love reading, then I'll read it as such, but I like to focus on personal growth, career, prosperity, finding your path, that sort of thing. So welcome. Thank you for joining me. My name is Gina. So right now we're going to pull a soul's journey card to get an overall energy. So let's go ahead and get started. Please welcome in spirit guides, angels, ancestors. Please help bring in clear messages for the highest good for those that were drawn to this reading. All right. Balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. So we might expect to see the Two of Pentacles in your reading later, or the Temperance card, or even the Justice card. All right, so balance. Let's go ahead and get another oracle card. Status quo. So this could be talking about a cycle. Ooh, 2 cycle cards. And on the bottom is a cycle card as well. So we have increase, decrease, and status quo. Maybe the need to find balance for what is coming in, what needs to go out, and whether we're challenging the status quo, that sort of thing. Interesting. So I'm going to take the bottom of the deck card as well. Status quo, what's coming in or increasing. Look at this. There is gems, like crystals, a path leading to where your life is really increasing, the things that are coming in. Here is also a path or a road representing status quo. And then we have decrease. Things that we might need to let go, things that are leaving. So this could be a reading about the need to find balance in all of this. All right, let's get the tarot cards. The fact that the decrease card was under the deck and this increase is the one that came out and representing the status quo of kind of what's going on right now. This could be talking about, you know, you're coming from lack or a decrease where things were not really, you know, it's kind of like a dry desert where there's not much water, you know, like that's showing in this picture here. But now all of a sudden things are starting to move along and things are coming in and things are happening fast. So it's reminding you to find balance. All right, let's go ahead. Two of Cups. Ten of Wands. So dropping the heavy burden and finding what is right for you. What is a good match? What's, you know, it can talk about a partnership. Knight of Wands. Every time I see this card, I think think of the phrase jumping through hoops. And then we have the Devil underneath the deck. Let's see. I feel like that could be kind of the Devil energy, or the key to the reading is to not keep jumping through hoops, you know, like things are coming in, but you can't accept everything, in a sense of you kind of have to learn when to say no. You can't keep jumping through hoops. You have to only choose what is mutual, in a sense, you know, like sometimes there's so much going on to where you have to choose what's right for you, or even ask yourself, you know, would this person do the same for me? You know, because if it's not mutual, if they wouldn't help you but you're helping them all the time, then you can't keep jumping through hoops for other people. You're on the increase. I mean, when we are on the increase, that is when we can help others. You don't want to help when your cup is half full, because then you won't have anything. So you do help with your overflow. But let's go ahead and see what else. I wish, like, I want the cards to be able to come out on the table, but I also don't want it to be making you guys dizzy as I'm shuffling. Page of Cups. And the World. So the World talks about a completion of a cycle, and this whole reading is kind of about a cycle. Cups is kind of like offers. So if you're offering help, or things are being offered to you to where you're accepting this and you're doing that and you're saying, okay, I can do that. That's kind of what I'm feeling with some of this. So let's go ahead and get I don't know if I want to kind of shuffle off to the side. Wow, the sun and the moon. And the Two of Swords. So we have Two of Cups, Two of Swords. Ultimately, when we have the Two of Swords, that is telling us that we need to choose what is best for ourselves. Sometimes we don't always see things clearly in the shadows of the moon. Even in the Sun card, only one of her eyes is visible. So, and then there's a bird covering her eye. So this might be, when you're and same here. Five of Swords, that can talk about, conflicts in communication and stuff. The moon, I almost feel like everyone, it's like she's not seeing things clearly. So it's making me feel like there's just like a warning of don't be manipulated when it comes to conversations. Five of Swords, this would be our thoughts and communication, and there's a conflict or an imbalance with that. And I feel like your emotions, you're wanting to help someone, but you might not quite, you're kind of getting pulled in to doing more than you should. And you have to choose yourself in the end for what is best for you. You might be overextending yourself, and then that could turn your increase into a decrease because you're always doing for someone else instead of yourself. Don't. This says, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Don't judge yourself if you have to say no, if you have to pull back. Queen of Cups. That is the energy of someone who is the shoulder that others can cry on. The ear, where they're going to come and tell their troubles. But you also could be susceptible to psychic vampires where, they're taking advantage of your kindness, your nurturing nature. And there's the Five of Cups. So we have imbalance of emotions. This is how you can feel after you get off the phone with that person as well. When you're helping them or listening to them, even if you're not really like extending help in a sense of just by listening to their complaints and their stories and things like that, that can deplete your energy. It can put you in a really watery, gloomy feeling because it's a psychic vampire. So they're taking your energy. They're kind of you leave the conversation feeling depleted. Hermit and the Fool. Knight of Cups. So we go from the Page of Cups to the Knight of Cups. Don't let someone play with your heart. Don't let someone play with your heartstrings. This is, they're playing the heart like a guitar. And it's also showing growth and evolving from the Page to the Knight. So being more responsible with who you are coming in to help. The Hermit is, needing to kind of stay to yourself, or going within and doing that soul searching and really taking more into account with who you're extending your energy to. And the Fool this brings new beginnings, you know, like this new path. So maybe this is all too foreign and new to you to kind of, this could be, you know, something that you've been feeling like you need to do, but you're not quite sure. All right. I'm going to pull from the sister deck to this and see. So the sister deck to this tarot deck is an oracle deck, and I want to see what kind of comes out for that, if there are any other messages or advice. Whoa. Miss Sunshine. Look at that. She can see with both eyes in this one. And under the deck we have transformation. So I feel like this is something that you need to transform in your life to help bring in balance, to help conserve your energy, to make sure you're still on the increase. You're literally turning your world upside down. It's going to feel foreign to you. But look at, you're on the way up. The strings, it's lifting. You can see with both eyes. Here, this sun, you couldn't. Probably because of, you know, getting manipulated in conversations and, you know, them decreasing your energy and all of that. So let's see. I want to get an archetype card. So this is a deck for different archetypes, and it gives light, shadow aspects and light, shadow and light aspects for different archetypes. And this might go along with the reading, or it might be a totally different message. Gossip. So this might be why it's energy draining. Maybe they're gossiping. So the shadow, it says, thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. If they're talking to you about other people, then trust me, they're talking about you behind your back. The light attributes, you know, maybe the positive silver lining of this would be awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust. So if somebody is not gossiping, then you can trust them. And it also is allowing you to consider their feelings and maybe not pass on gossip, that sort of thing. But this is kind of what I was feeling with the manipulation. Like when we're not, you know, we have the moon here, we've got our emotions going on, we're not quite seeing it clearly because they're a bird in your ear. The conversation is coming in and it can make you feel depleted, the decrease. So it's not to say that you have to completely cut yourself off. It's finding that balance. All right, I also have these pulled aside for this reading, so let's see what the unicorns have to say. Again, it might be its own separate little message, or it might go along with the reading. These are really, really large. Two of them. Cycles. Oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me. Cycles. We have 3 cards of cycles here with the purple on the top. And then this is cycles. Everything has its right time. Honor the cycles of your body. Tune into the moon's magic. So the moon card, you know, when we're talking about the moon card being like your emotions, and maybe you're being kind of, you're not really seeing what they're doing. They could be manipulating you, but it's also with the moon, we're facing our fears. You know, if you're afraid that you're going to be gossiped about because you're saying no to this person, if you're afraid you're going to be judged, you know, it's time. We even have the butterflies, the transformation. It's time for you to honor the balance that you need. Then we have adventure. Dare to do things differently. Manifest your travel dreams. Move to a new location. So each of these are all little just messages that might resonate with you or might not. But dare to do things differently. And what you're trying to do is stay in a higher vibration, stay positive so that you can attract the increase instead of the decrease. So try to, you know, all things with moderation. You don't have to completely cut off the certain friend, but I feel like in order to manifest your dreams, you know, this could even be saying, you know, move to the new location, kind of move, keep a distance from that person, that sort of thing. Trying to see what else I might be drawn to for you guys. I have, I think over here I'll do a crystal card. Whoa. Turquoise. So let's see. Scorpio, Sagittarius, Pisces, Jupiter, Venus, and Neptune. Peace, tranquility, and patience. So tranquil and calm. Turquoise reminds you that there are gifts in the everyday and each moment in your life matters. What? Turquoise reminds you that there are gifts in the everyday and each moment in your life matters. Yes, definitely. These moments where you think it's insignificant, if you're just talking to a friend on the phone and listening to them, you know, about their problems, and you're trying to be an ear for them and all of that, that's still mattering. It still matters. You could seem insignificant, but it can affect you without you even realizing. You know, it can affect your energy, your positivity, and then in turn that affects how you're manifesting. Small things add up and become big things over time. Have patience for all your labors of love, including yourself. Regarded as a bridge between heaven and earth, turquoise is a sacred stone in many Native American traditions and is used as a source of healing and connection. Link to the heavens within you, the parts that bring you joy and remind you of your own inner magic. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do these last 2 decks here. So 2 more oracle messages to wrap up the reading. self-exploration, fairy tales and myths. That is, you know, when we're exploring ourselves, doing that soul searching, that's the Hermit. But I was laughing because I was reading it as exploitation, almost like, you know, the energy that I was getting from the reading, where you're like exploiting yourself and kind of, you know, needing to protect. But self-exploration is, if you are feeling that loss of energy, like if you need to regain, nature is a great place to kind of ground all that negative energy. So going for walks in nature, barefoot is the best, but really grounding that energy, the negative energy, so that you can reset and restore, recharge, all of that good stuff. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you are finding the readings helpful, please make sure to like, just so that it helps grow the channel so more people can hear the messages as well. Trust. The egg moon, and look at the person in kind of inside the egg. We have a nest here. The 32 breaks down to a 5, and 5s are going to represent the change, the need for the cycle to change, to bring in balance, because that's what we're trying to get, is balance. 5s are an imbalance, so you need to trust yourself. And it's almost like another, where you're kind of going within, trusting yourself, protecting yourself too, like putting yourself in a bubble, in a protective egg, to protect your energy. Trust your energy, trust yourself. When you need a break, you need a break. Awesome reading. Thank you guys so much. This, I feel like I don't really know what, I'm not really going to tag any kind of zodiacs. This is just messages for someone who needs to hear them at this time. Thank you again for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay guys, I had to come back on. I actually was closed out the reading, and I'm putting the cards away, and as I'm doing that, I noticed what is underneath the deck of both of these. So we had, this was, where is it? I must have just put it in somewhere. So underneath the deck we have nourishment, and you had the trust card with the person inside of the egg. And I feel like you really need to focus on your energy and nourish your energy. And then I actually lifted this one, and this one says balance. That's what we're trying to bring in, is balance. As I was trying to find the trust card, I must have put it in here, right? Anyway, I came back on to show you to nourish your soul, to nourish your energy, to trust yourself, so that you are not lacking nourishment, whether it's energy or anything. Then this one we had the self-exploration, and under the deck is balance. So usually I always look at the bottom of the deck, and I kept telling myself, but it's just like, okay, this is good enough, let's close it out. And then as I'm putting them away, I find these, so I had to come back on. So find balance, learn to say no. This says light and dark, balance. All right, and then the top one I pulled off because I thought I had put this on the top, and this one says balance. So definitely the need to bring in balance for things that are going on with you in your life. All right, I'm going to close it out again. Thank you so much. Okay, so I had to come back on again. And this is the end of a completely different reading. And the reason I'm coming back on and adding this to your reading is because I'm going to be linking this reading to yours. In the description box, there's going to be a link to this one, because this is the other person. The person, the friend that you're helping all the time that is depleting all your energy. This is them, the vampire. This is their reading. This is their side of it. We have status quo, cycle, and vampire. So this is to help you watch their reading and see where they're coming from, because they're really not realizing that they're doing that. They don't realize what it's putting on you. And there is a need for them to self-reflect. So I just told them that in their reading and told them about your reading. So I will be linking them together. But I needed to come on to show you I was at first going, wow, this is really weird. We have cycle and we have, this is coming out, but that should have came out in the other one. And then it all started to make sense. This is them, the other energy of the person that you're dealing with. All right, guys, thank you again. I'm going to go ahead and get these edited and linked up. Thank you for checking these out. And yeah, I would definitely recommend kind of watching their reading as well after yours, so then you're able to realize how they're feeling in the situation as well. So thank you so much. Hello everyone and welcome. So this is going to be a reading for your soul. So messages that you need to hear right now. My name is Gina and I enjoy doing readings for personal growth, prosperity, helping guide you to your path or your purpose. These today will not be about love. They are personal readings to help guide you for the messages that you are needing to hear right now, to help bring in prosperity, messages for the soul. So we're going to actually start with the Soul's Journey deck. All right, so let's welcome in spirit guides, angels, ancestors. Please help please help bring in clear messages for the highest good for those that were drawn to this reading. Doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. Well, I wasn't doubting that was the card. I wait for them to fly out, and then it was kind of like not quite, and I was like, no, this is the one. All right. Status quo. Under the deck, we have an event card. This is commitment. So you might be signing a contract. This could be a new cycle in your life right now. So let's see. All right, let's go ahead with the tarot reading, and then I'm going to get some more actually, I'm kind of doing it in different order this time from the other readings. So we're going to go ahead and pull the archetype card first. So wow. Vampire. So I call it psychic vampire, where somebody depletes your energy. You know, they're sucking the life out of you in a energy sense. So the shadow attributes are depleting others for your psychic survival, chronic complaining, and codependency. So have you ever had the friend where you're on the phone with them and they are complaining about this or that, telling you the new reason that they're a victim because of something that happened to them, and you get off the phone and you feel completely exhausted. Your energy has been, you know, depleted. The light attributes to that would be making you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. Okay. That could cause you to doubt certain things if your energy is being drained right now. Let's go ahead and see what the cards have to say. I actually just did a whole reading about like the need to pull away from a friend that was being a psychic vampire. I'm not sure what I'm titling it yet because I actually just recorded it 2 readings ago. So, but that card did not come out. The Hierophant. Knight of Pentacles. The Lovers. 2 of Pentacles. So needing to make a decision, a choice. Ten of Wands, setting down the heavy burden. Sun. Magician is under the deck here. I'm trying to get the cards out so I can put this all together. Seven of Wands, Seven of Pentacles. And there's the Knight of Pentacles again that we had under the deck. Five of Pentacles. Wow, what a beautiful Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is not the greatest energy in the world. It's when we are feeling alone, out in the cold, a card of lack or loss. So with the Lovers card, this is talking about an ultimatum or a choice. And the Seven of Wands is where we are deciding that we're going to fight for something, or we are defending something or ourselves. Dropping a heavy burden. And this is kind of making me feel like needing more information. We're not quite sure, that sort of thing. Let me get an oracle card from the sister deck. So I think I want to, this might be the other end of that reading, but on the flip side, the other person's perspective. So this would be the friend that is draining the person's energy, you know, depleting others' energy for psychic survival. So basically, it's a codependency energy where we have something status quo. So what is going on in our life right now is we're worrying about stuff. We're feeling like we're the victim. We're doubting crap. So we're needing the answers. I need the answers. So I'm talking to my friend. So let's say I'm needing more information. You know, do I stay? Do I go? And kind of going to that friend, and I'm depleting them. I'm creating a burden for them to carry. I'm depleting their energy. I'm wanting clarity. I'm feeling alone. It's like this is the other person's energy from that reading. And they're trying to decide, you know, like they're in a cycle of their own that they're going through, and they're not realizing what they're doing to the other person. They're not realizing that they're creating a burden for them. They're not realizing that they're sucking the energy. So if this is you, you're going through something to where you're just wanting to go to your friend for answers and help and to hear you out, and you know, you don't have anybody else to talk to. You're alone. They're the only person you have. But because they're the only person you have, this is putting it all on them. The only time they ever talk to you or hear from you is when something is going on, when you're needing them. So I might have to like link that in the description of the other reading, so then you can watch the other reading and see how they're feeling and how they're coming from, because you have to sometimes keep things light and not always about your problems. So this would be like, this reading is giving you the knowledge, kind of opening the book into where they're coming from. Realizing that it's sucking energy from them, realizing that it's not always fun and it can be a burden for them. But they want to help you. They want to be responsible, and always be there for you. This is the reliable knight. So what you're here to learn is not only what you're putting them through, because that can burden the friendship, but to also realize you don't always need all the answers. You don't, this is to help you release the need to know all the answers right now. To try and find the joy and happiness and the silver lining in what you're going through, and try not to burden other people with your problems every time you talk to them. You know, there's, of course, that's what friends are for. They're there for you. But there also has to be, you know, it needs to be reciprocated. It needs to be an equal give and take. You need to be there for them as well. But if it's constantly, you start talking first when you talk to them, or you reach out and they're, you know, it instantly becomes about what you're going through, and it's not reciprocated, and you're not doing it because you're trying to burden them, or you're not even realizing what you're doing. You're not realizing you're doing it. So that's why they're always there and helping you, because they know that you don't realize it. They know that you don't mean that, but you are going through something, and it's like it could be, you know, something pretty heavy for you, and you're needing answers, and that's why you're not realizing it. And they're your only person. You're on your own aside from them, you know. So you might have kids. It might be something that you're going through with your significant other, and you can't talk to them about it. You can't talk to your kids about it. So this is your only person to where you can have adult conversation and say, oh my gosh, this is what's going on. But it's draining for them. Elixir of life. They are your lifeline. Look at these. You are, you know, the only time that you're able to vent is with this person. They are what makes you feel better. But just try to remember that's depleting them of, and you're being very codependent. So try to release the need to know how to get yourself out of the situation at this time. Try to find more happier conversations and try to be there for them. I already pulled one from there. I want to get you a message from the unicorns to try and bring in messages for you now. Now that you know what the other person is going through, I want to try and help you so that I can be the one to help you instead of you going to them, in a sense. So the first message for you in your problem, not, you know, is it seems like you're at a crossroads to where you're needing to decide if you're going to stay or go, in a sense. I don't know if delight. Count your blessings and enjoy life. Take pleasure in simple things. Always expect the best. Look at the, you know, how you blow on the dandelion to make the wish. Take pleasure in the simple things, I think, is the takeaway here and here. Try to find the happiness, the silver lining. Your life is not the funnest right now, and I understand that. But you still have blessings. You still have things to try to focus on that are more positive, that can make your status quo more enjoyable. I have been there. I have been this person 2 times. 2 times in my life. And this is when I would be either going through a divorce or going through some major things where with 2 different friendships, I have been doing exactly what you are doing. They might have to put down some healthy boundaries, but you're not going to lose the friend over it. Ah, wow, okay. It went all the way to the floor. Oh, wow. Trust all is as it should be. How beautiful. And under the deck, we have connection. We are all connected. This is a very air energy. So communication, all of that. So when we have doubt and we have this, I've been in this energy as well, where I'm the person that kind of, even though I feel like I'm, you know, a spontaneous person, I'm a fire sign. I've gone through a lot to where that has, you know, I've been diagnosed with PTSD and anxiety and things of that, to where now I'm not as easy. I'm that, where it's like, I need to know the answers. I need to know what's going on. I need to know what's going on with my life. Like, I didn't even like renting, you know, when I was renting for years and years. I hated it because it was like, well, this isn't my forever home and I can't, you know, like that much control. I needed control. I needed to know what was going on. I needed the answers. Are we going to stay here? Are we going to buy this rental? What are we doing? You know, I need to know the answers, and it's hard to release that control and just trust. So this is saying you don't need to know everything that's going on right now. Trust the process. Maybe you're going through this for a reason. Oh my word. That's quite a bit. Usually I'm going for 1. So under the deck, we have self-reflection. Looking at ourselves in the mirror is a key point to if we are the person being the psychic vampire at the time. That requires growth, you know, personal growth of really seeing what we're doing and growing from it, changing it. We have blossoming. This is going to allow your friendship to blossom. And by being able to release the need to know all the answers is going to give you power. Oh my goodness. I wish I would have had this reading back then. And if I'm remembering correctly, the other reading for the person who is on the flip side of this reading, it was straight down the center, Queen of Wands for that fire, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And this here was the Strength card, and I said you might be dealing with a Leo. I am a Leo sun. My sun sign is a Leo. So this is really hitting home for me. Tree agate, stability, grounding, and root. All right, so let me go ahead and read this. We have Virgo here and Mercury. Tree agate is a stable force that grounds you back to earth, rooting you to the core of your being. A stone in resonance. Yeah, it must be resonance with nature. Tree agate asks that you nurture the seeds that you have planted and provide enough sustenance for them to succeed. Weed out the negativity and naysayers, including your inner critic, and know that despite it all, you are good enough. Tree agate promotes security and moments of growth. So you feel safe as you expand in your journey. Follow your truth and know that you are supported along the way. Wow. I'm going to put that over this energy of feeling alone, feeling out in the cold and doing this by yourself. So this is going to try and bring in stability. It's also going to weed out any negativity or naysayers and your own inner critic to help you realize that you are good enough, bring in security, and promote the moments of personal growth so you can feel safe to expand and blossom here, to know that you are supported the whole way. Wow. Well, this is very self-reflective for myself as well. So thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like to see more readings like this, make sure that you are subscribed. And to help other people get these messages, it helps when you hit the like button, I believe. I have no idea. So thank you, and I will see you in the next one.